A very common comment or question that I get is about green pond water or string algae. It goes something like this. I just built my pond and now it's full of string algae, please help. Or my pond is 3 months old, the water was crystal clear and now it's green, please help. This is pretty normal. So today I'll talk about my new solar pond, how it's got lots of algae growing, why I'm not worried and what my strategy is. If you don't already know me, my name is Kev, and the aim of my channel is to help people build and maintain ponds without spending a fortune. If that sounds like something that interests you, feel free to subscribe and check out my website, ozponds.com. So I built this pond and stream in my courtyard around 3 months ago. It's a solar powered system, and I'll put a link in the description if that's something that you're interested in. So just like the panicked emails I get, the pond has started growing quite a bit of algae. And the reason I'm not panicked is because I've been here many times before. This pond I built in 2019, this one in 2020, this one 2021, 2022, and now this in 2023. All of these ponds were DIY builds, and I have videos on all of them being built, so I'll put a link to those in the description as well. At one stage or another, they all had an issue with algae growth, whether that be green water or stringy algae. So how do you stop it or make it go away? The first answer is patience. If you already have it, you need to allow the pond to find its balance. How long does that take? Well, it depends. Every single pond is different. Even in my yard, all the ponds have the same climate, most have the same type of DIY bog filter, but the time spent where the pond is funky can vary. I do find that if you thoroughly wash the rock and pebble as you build the pond, you'll have less algae. This makes perfect sense, as all that muddy water is packed full of nutrients and it's right there in the water, ready for something to make good use of it. Algae can grow much quicker and faster than your aquatic plants, especially as they're all fresh in a new pond and with very undeveloped root systems. Now I'm a shocker for leaving the dirty water inside the pond. This pond I built in an old stock trough a couple of weeks ago. It looks nice and clear right now, but in a month or two I imagine this will be a right mess. You might be wondering why I don't just drain it and start over. It's a fair question. For one, I'm lazy, so once it's built and filled with water, that's it. Number two, I like watching the pond find its feet. And number three, the algae is a food source for fish, shrimp, tadpoles, and heaps of other microscopic life that we can't see. I really like the ecosystem approach to pond keeping. It suits my lazy personality, and I just think they look fantastic. They're always evolving. Every day there's something new to look at. One thing I don't want to do is add in chemicals that could disrupt the ecology that is starting to develop. I've done this in the past and I regretted it. Algicides and copper ionizers will kill algae, but they'll also harm beneficial organisms such as snails and shrimp. Hydrogen peroxide is another popular treatment, or the use of barley straw. I don't mind the use of hydrogen peroxide in small doses, for example applied directly onto waterfall spillway rocks that often grow algae. To do that I turn off the pumps and apply 3% peroxide directly onto the algae. I've done a few trials with hydrogen peroxide applied to the entire pond, and it does work to kill the algae, but I know it's a disinfectant and I really worry about what it's doing to the bacteria. Certain bacteria are absolutely critical to the health of the water, and I want living water, not dead water like a chlorinated pool. It's also important to note that not all algae is bad or even unsightly. So when we get it in the new pond, it's just an opportunistic part of nature. Eventually the bacteria, plants, microorganisms and better algae will establish a more diverse way of utilising the nutrients and start to outcompete the ugly algae. There are products that can help you speed up and maintain the ecosystem. I like to add diatomics to my ponds as it promotes the growth of diatoms. They're a very beneficial algae that form the base of the food chain. If you're not in Australia, you might find it more economical to use new algae. There's a link to both on my website. I'll put a link in the description. Now, you only need very small doses of both products, so while they may appear expensive, they're really very cheap if you use them as directed. I also don't mind if you use bacteria blends. Sometimes I think they're more of a placebo, but when you have pond issues, it's hard to do nothing, and adding bacteria certainly won't hurt. A healthy population of diatoms and bacterias will really help process phosphates, and they're a major nutrient that this ugly algae is feeding on. My advice is just be patient, watch your pond evolve. That's what I'll be doing. I hope this was helpful. If it was, give the thumbs up button a tickle. Thanks for watching. See ya.